So I have a lot to say. My school had all kindergarten, middle school, and high school not separated, had very little students, so the classes were usually the same and almost never had new students introduced. I grew up really shy and silent. I was at school with my cousin since we started, and she was my only friend until she left the school. In third grade, this supposed group of friends picked me up. There was this girl, let's call her Cindy. Cindy was incredibly bossy, acted like she was everything great, and a sum of brats girls basically worshipped her. No one was to disobey what she says. She always used to say things like, "You are not good enough at that. You are of not doing anything good." And I was sick of it, but I never fought back because I was young and kind, feared to accidentally hurt people. At about 5th grade, a new girl joined our school and joined this friend group. Remember Cindy? This was the age of boobs growing, and they were comparing and shit, and they made sure I knew I was flat, made sure to remind me that I was skinny, and made sure with questions that I felt insecure, and my dumbass was like, yeah. The bullying kept growing. I was criticized for basically everything, even though I haven't mentioned them in the post. One day I decided to tell my parents, "Dad, Cindy always put me to trash when she speaks to me." Dad immediately repeats the sentence to Mom, Dad the real one, and we sit down and I feel comfy to tell them everything. Everything they said and done to me that led to me being so fucked at that point. My parents called Cindy's mom and her response was, "OMG, if Cindy told her this many things, she'd refuse school at this point," which was what I thought of while the call was happening. I was thinking of staying home the next day. I did go though, and Cindy made sure everyone hated me. How, but she did. I was then the loner kid at the same time the new girl I spoke of, and I got close to her. Little did I know this bitch stole my entire persona. The way that I walk, talk, act, dress. With time passing, it even got to a time where what was worn by me today was exactly replicated by her the next, and the shit started bothering me real bad when she started bad-mouthing me and spreading rumors about me. A lot of girls in the class called me and her attention seekers because we were close and acted pretty insane. Why? I started hated her so much to the point that I confronted her and told her stop spreading rumors and stop bad-mouthing me and projecting her shit onto me. She must have defo known what she was doing, because then on I saw fear in her eyes whenever she tried to insult me, and always swallowed her words back. I made amends with Cindy, a new girl. Soon she left the school and COVID hit. Boom. Everyone's home and we stay on calls. Even though I have always been good to Cindy, made calls for every birthday, always helped with pure heart, big shit for kids, she did not. At this point I was being sarcastic with her Oswell, and I tried to end things so many times. After holidays I went back to school and I actually had convos with people and they responded, "Wow, you are so much different and nicer than you were painted to look like." That broke my heart. I was wronged. Time went on and I'm gonna skip a lot and say everyone are fucking bullies. I was called so many names and criticized ABT things that shouldn't have been a problem, like me being skinny or getting attention from boys for being curvy, which they called attention seeking for being curvy and skinny. I was in therapy last year, fighting for my confidence back and not feel like a loser. They were aware and had a pretense of supportiveness. I only know one way to do my hair right, and it is a bun. My crush threw a party which I visited. I never visited any of their get-togethers. BCS, my parents didn't send me, but after this depression thing, they asked me to visit my crushed house because we were family friends and lived closer. They made fun of me going there. Also my hair. Through a lot of pain, the next day I was getting ready for the first time. I felt really ugly and the hair was not looking good to me like the other days. And my mom sulked at me for being late. Out of frustration, tears just rolled down my eyes. I never wore my hair like that again. Felt ugly with the only thing new so suddenly. Cindy now had a filter, but I disliked her because she is the girl who talked to you like she'd rip her heart out to you and then talk trash about you the second you leave. I should know. I was the closest to her, and I was starting to realize through her manipulation I was becoming like her. Something horrible, even though I hated it. Some friends called me toxic for being distant from them at the last few months, saying me leaving them was toxic and that I used them. Filled with years of being hurt and deep hatred. 12th grade was going to be separated from them. I forgive everyone, don't want them back in life, but I will spend like 1 hour per 365 days every 10 years maybe. I'd speak to them if I see them in the streets. I was so happy to leave school. After that, some of them texted me and I responded to some on Instagram and spoke with peace, but no crossing any line of saying I'm missing them. In yearbooks I've said classmate instead of friends, and I know they spoke of it. Cindy too had said hi to me through text, but I just couldn't physically type. Even I could have said it. It was like disgust. I could not say anything to her after. I don't regret it. Now in my life, every day with every issue or flaw I realized where the roots lie, and it was not me, it was them, and I have to pay for it. Trying to piece myself together, I wanna cry, man. I didn't mention the criticism I faced through this post much is because it will take a whole book to write all the comments. I will say this though, Cindy once saw an extremely pale girl and I heard someone say, "Ew, she looks like a roach," which I found offensive and told her how extreme it sounded, and she responded with, "Yo, dash." I cut her off and told her not to be mean, and she dismissed it. Later I found out she labeled it as me being a pretense of being wholesome. Fuck her. I forgive her because she was high schooler, but so was I. I've been through more than her and tons of others, and we didn't choose to be like her. Personal opinion, a lot of those friends were super entitled. She will never change. Sometimes I want to scream and cry, or lie in someone's arm and let my pain ease up. I feel so empty, soulless, never feel good enough, and so much more. AITH though? Was I the toxic one the whole time? Willing to answer any question, for any doubt, for info. Give it to me straight. Thank you.